how's it going, everybody? It's your boy. I'm having 17 strokes at once here. And today I'm joined by two very amazing special guests here. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, it's Riot.
Hey everyone, the name's GamePing21.
And of course, I will in fact link their channels if I remember to do so, that is. If I remember to do so, I will link their channels in the description below so that way you can go ahead and check them out. They are pretty good at what they do. Now today, we're doing something that I don't think I've done
yet. The big inhale caught me off guard so much, god damn it.
What?
You went, anyway, you just caught me off guard.
Yeah. Anyways, today we're doing something that's a little bit different on my channel, and that is, well, just fully diving headfirst into making fun of PlayStation fanboys. I don't think I've actually covered a PlayStation fanboy yet. I've covered fucking, Harmful Smith, who apparently thinks that laughing at a dead guy is a good idea, and, yeah, I think that's about the extent to making fun of fanboys that I've actually done. But today we're taking a look at a PlayStation fanboy that's apparently trying to make this weird new portable device that PlayStation is trying to create actually sound appetizing. From what I've looked up at this thing, it sucks.
I do want to say something before we get into this more. I like PlayStation. I like the console.
I mean,
but
same
I'm not
here.
Gonna go and suck the creator's dick like this dude is.
Yeah, no.
Same here. Okay, I literally grew up on PlayStation. That was my first console, and it was a console that I stuck with for like, fuck knows how long. Okay, I played it for a while. Hell, I first played Metal Gear Rising on my old PlayStation 3.
Nice.
That was before my PlayStation 3 just started acting like complete dog shit, and the controller kept disconnecting. And yeah, I don't even think my PlayStation 3 even functions anymore.
I think I still have my PlayStation 3.
And another thing too.
No, my 2. Oh,
and another thing too, I still have a PlayStation Vita. In fact, I think I have like the slim model that they tried to push for a while. That probably got even less sales than the original. And I used to have like a regular one before I ended up breaking the inner screen on that thing and had to get a new one. But yeah, I think I probably had like I think I ended up literally getting like the last one that was still in circulation. And yeah, I can at least have that under my belt. I have the last known PlayStation Vita in existence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I don't. I actually have made fun of a lot of PlayStation fanboys and stuff. So there's definitely a lot of names out there that I can recognize. I've never heard of this. This one kind of, and I'm the one who actually suggested this.
Yeah, you're the one that brought it up in the server.
Yeah, no, because I think it was because I watched your video on something PlayStation related, or maybe it was someone else's. Maybe it was King. But
probably
essentially, yeah, I watched the whole video before this, and this guy just does not. He does not make. You'll see. It's quite interesting. I
mean, so far the farthest that I've watched is like I think like 2 minutes in, and already I was just sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I needed to take a break. My brain
absolutely. It doesn't get much better. It really does.
But today we're taking a look at a video that is titled "Why Everyone Is Wrong About PlayStation Portal," and it comes to us from the amazing DTMG, whatever the fuck that stands for. And judging by the like to dislike ratio, we're in for a treat.
Didn't even look at that.
We're in for quite a treat.
Damn,
why in the fuck did I just see aspens on my screen? For real this time, let us sit back, relax, and fuck off.
PlayStation Portal, gaming's little disappointment, or is it? What's up guys, hope you guys are having a great day today. Look, I get it, emotions are really high at the moment, but I promise you at the end of this video, you'll understand why the PlayStation Portal may be the most important hardware the PlayStation will ever create.
Okay, I'm sorry, but 15 seconds in, there's already a lot that I have to say right here. First of all, does this man ever take a breath?
Yeah, exactly.
Does this fucko ever take a fucking breath? Yeah. He speaks so fast, it's like I'm watching a Ben Shapiro video.
Yeah, if I were to
let's say hypothetically that the PlayStation Portal is.
If I were to make any guess here as to why this editing is like that, he probably does take breaths. I know that I do whenever I make videos, but
like I get it, like cutting out like the dead air, or cutting out like whenever you're like stuttering and shit like that. Like that's normal, but like there comes a certain point where it just sounds unnatural, and it just comes across as like, dude, calm the fuck down, take a breath.
Take a breath.
Just
like,
breathe.
you're turning blue, brother. Calm.
I think about halfway through was like, is this voice AI generated? What the fuck?
Yeah,
I know!
fake.
It is so fucking, like, fast-paced.
It sounds fake.
It does.
It almost sounds like it's AI generated, but, like, there has to be a real person behind this, like, right?
Yeah.
I hope so, unless, like, we're just making fun of an AI thing.
Well, if we're making fun of an AI, then, well, I'm still all for it, like...
I also find it funny how he's like, oh yeah, this is the most important thing the PlayStation will ever have.
Don't you fucking need a
Fucking kidding me?
PS5 to play it?
No, that's the point. That's the point. We can get into this more later when he brings up the
Yeah,
topic,
like,
but
you
this is,
need,
the
like, a
most
whole nother
important thing.
console, which, first of all, wasn't even a limitation for, like, the original PlayStation portable devices. Like, not even the PlayStation Vita had that kind of restriction. Yes, you could use it as, like a substitute controller for, like, the PlayStation 3, I remember, which I didn't really use all that much, mainly because I couldn't figure out how the fuck to do it. But, like, that was the thing that you could do, but you didn't need the PlayStation 3 in order to play the PlayStation fucking Vita. You didn't need that shit. Like, you could just play the games.
Yeah. Like a Switch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's another weird thing that I found here is that, like, you can't even use it as a controller for anything other than the PlayStation.
So coming off from the failure of the fan-beloved PS Vita that, mind you, only sold 15 million units compared to the 80 million units the PSP had sold, Sony became soured to the handheld scene. They closed the doors on that scene completely, which caused Sony to start focusing more and more on their home consoles, giving companies like Nintendo, Valve, and Asus to strike for the crown of the portable consoles. Many people use these products and play newly released PC ports of the PlayStation 4
Okay,
game,
wait,
which have
pause for a second. Okay, I just realized what he just said. So he said that PlayStation basically had this whole, like, very big handle on the portable market.
Yeah, that's not
Did
true.
Nintendo not exist? Does
Yeah,
Nintendo just
Nintendo
not
still
have a
existed.
fucking
There was a
thing?
Wii U.
No.
Not
First of all, the Wii U,
the Wii U
is a different thing. I'm talking portable. The Game Boy. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, that shit. Right.
Jesus Christ! Like the Game Boy was also out.
Yeah, the Game Boy
Yeah, multiple
fucking
different versions
existed.
of
There
it.
was
They
still a
also had
whole
the
bunch of
Nintendo
portable
DS.
consoles that existed. Sony did not have
Yeah.
a stranglehold over the portable market by any means.
And also, let's talk about that number. 15 million units.
And
That
you had said
is-
only 15.
Yeah, only 15
That is still
million
a
units.
decent amount.
Are
That's
you
still a shit
kidding me?
ton.
Yeah, but also that is true. I think that the PSP did also sell.
Yeah.
Did you say like 80 million units?
Yeah, the PSP, yeah, obviously that ended up selling a lot more than the Vita, from what I've heard.
Yeah. For two reasons. One is that the PSP was on the market for a lot longer, and it had a lot more support. Did it not? Like,
I
in terms
believe,
of-
yeah, I believe so. The
lifespan.
PS Vita was kind of, I don't know, it had some, like, weird things with it, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
I think that they tried to turn it into a smartphone, which is what was the problem with it.
Yeah,
question on why PlayStation hasn't released their own handheld system to compete with these other systems, as they are all playing their IP on the handheld system. Heck, it would be a lot more enticing for people if you could be able to play a dedicated PS4 kind of handheld system. But let's get back.
why, yes, it definitely
Huh?
would,
It-
but
it
not in
really
the
would.
It
fashion
would be.
that the
would
PlayStation
be.
Portal would be. Because the
Yeah,
PlayStation Portal, the thing is that you need an entirely separate console, as
Yeah,
well as
like, the-
internet
the-
connection, mind you, in
Okay,
order for it
so-
to work.
Can
Yeah.
I say something here? In theory, a portable PlayStation would be very cool,
Mhm.
and I could get behind that. Not when you need a whole nother fucking console to run it as well as internet connection, because that kind of
Okay.
defeats the purpose of a handheld portable.
Like, let's
Game
say, for
system.
example,
Yeah.
okay, like, let's say, for
That
example...
Just
just
buy-
kind of that just is it's just a fancy controller at that point.
Yeah,
my guy.
but at this point, just buy a Steam Deck, lol.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To that in a second. The PlayStation Portal is a streaming device only, sporting an 8-inch LCD screen featuring a DualSense controller which has been split in the middle and on both sides of the device. The device will play all your PS5 and PS4 games at 1080p 60 frames per second. That sounds great, right? Well, there's a catch. You can only use this if one...
I'm sorry, there was an editing mistake right there. He cut himself
Yeah.
off.
No, I think that's why there's like no pauses, is because he's editing out all of the pauses.
Yeah,
and I think that's there.
that is also one thing that definitely lets me know that yes, this is in fact a real fucking person.
Own a PS5, and 2, you have a dedicated connection to the internet. PlayStation has stated that in order to have a playable connection, you will need to have at least 15 megabits a second download to be able to run a stable connection. Because of this, many people...
Wrong. False. They actually said, I think it was 5 megabits a second, but they recommend 15 megabits per second.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the minimum is 5. The recommended is much higher, obviously.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Steam game, you know. Like you see, like the the minimum requirements, and then the recommended is like something really fucking crazy.
Some love it, and some hate the idea of it, and some people just want to count this console out because it isn't a true PS Vita successor. May I say?
That's because it isn't.
It's not a console.
It's not a console. It's a fancy controller.
Yeah.
Like, if you just buy this thing on its own without the external console, you basically just have an expensive fucking paperweight.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have been talking about.
God, I'm very glad I know how to do some research before this, because this man is trying to talk this thing up as if it is the successor to the PlayStation Portable and the PlayStation Vita. Those previous portable consoles are actually fucking portable. That's the thing.
It does carry a lot of similarities to the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally. Now tell me this, have you ever left the house and just had your Steam Deck and forgot to kind of verify the online system so you could put it into offline mode, and now you just can't play any of your Steam Deck games or your ROG Ally games or any type of games through these systems until you kind of connect to the hotspot? Well, that's the same argument people were using for the PlayStation Portal. Congratulations, you now have a paperweight. People are saying that with the PlayStation Portal, not being able to play anything without an internet connection is actually a system dead on arrival. But the problem is, PlayStation knows that too. They know their community, and I'm not going out there to...
Clearly they fucking don't.
Yeah, no, that's my thing. He then immediately brings up, like, oh yeah, you need to validate the Steam stuff in order to do that. First of all, I have a Steam Deck. You don't actually have to do that. The only thing that you'd really need the internet connection for is for the cloud saves. That's really it. I've done it to where...
Yeah, like you can play games offline on Steam. Like, you don't really need a necessary internet connection. It's just that it won't save things to the cloud properly. Although, once the internet is back on, then it'll state, oh, the saves don't really match up. Do you want them to match up? And then you can have them match up. So, you know, even still, the problem ends up fixing itself anyways.
Yeah, and again, I've had I've had a Steam Deck for a fair bit. I remember just taking this thing around my college campus when I was doing that whole thing for my degree, and it was really fun actually, because I would just be able to pull this thing out, because I did some gaming when I was there, but not only to be able to pull this out to just like play video games, it became like my media center as well, where I would just pull it up whenever I had nothing else to do and just watch YouTube and Netflix and some Crunchyroll.
Lucky bastard. All I had was my phone while I was over in my college course, man.
Buy Portal just to not realize that I can't take this on the go. They understand what their player base are, they understand their community, and the community understand also what this system is. They've marketed it very clear that no one could really mistake it besides maybe a good old soccer mum out there trying to buy their kid a new system and going, hey look, I bought you a PS5 handheld, and they go, I need a PS5 to play it. So
yes, and that's the problem.
Play has no limits unless you don't have a PlayStation
That is
5.
funny as fuck. Play has no limits unless you do not have a PlayStation.
I will also say this, I don't think that they understand the majority of their community. They understand the PlayStation fanboys, because I have seen a number of tweets being like, this is a day one purchase for me, and I'm like, bro, you need an internet connection, you need to have a PlayStation 5, and it sucks for like a number of reasons.
Yeah, there's so many different problems to this.
This is the same but this is the same complaint that I have about the PSVR 2. And that being this, you need to have the PlayStation in order to have it function. It's like, that's not bad on its own, but you then have to realize how many people own a PlayStation and how many people are interested in this product. You are basically handicapping yourself out of the gate in your market because you are not thinking about the thing outside of the market that you're trying to get. If you're trying to expand a market,
yeah, they understand.
Even if it's something
you said it right. They
the
understand their fanboys because they know that the fanboys will literally just devour anything that has the PlayStation logo on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with this being a streaming-only device, I objectively don't think this is a bad idea for PlayStation right now. It's not what I would
It's not
call
a streaming-only
successor to
device.
a
The
Vita.
fuck are you on? Huh?
I don't think it's a bad idea.
is.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, technically speaking, it is. It just does remote play and not actually like cloud streaming.
Yeah, it only does remote play. Like, did this guy not pay attention at all when they were revealing this shit? Apparently fucking not, because there's...
Probably not.
Were you boofing that good crack or something like that? What is wrong with you? Whatever drugs this man is on, I want some, so that way I can at least experience some brain deadness for once.
I have
Brain
never heard of
deadedness?
boofing as an actual term.
I haven't.
That
That was just the first word that came to mind. There you go.
It's great. Good one.
Really not, but I would call this a decent idea at an already kind of emerged niche out there. We see many streaming devices out there at the moment like the Logitech G Cloud and the Razer Edge, the same demographic as what PlayStation are trying to push at the moment. Another thing is that there is a difference between this, is that you will actually require a PlayStation 5 in order to use this. I feel like most people who are going to find this system obviously would already have a PlayStation 5. I don't mind paying the extra $199 to play this kind of system.
$199 or $199?
100.
Yeah, obviously 199.
Okay.
Which, again, at that point, you're
That is
just
not
purchasing a
cheap.
fancy controller for your PlayStation. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and just do what's like on screen right now. If you have a smartphone.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
you-
That's a
like
thing that you
should
can do if
today.
you... There you go. There's the much cheaper alternative to buying a fucking
Yeah.
fancy screen.
And you can even have it to where you can do cloud gaming as well.
Yeah, exactly.
On that. Oh,
Like, I
he'll
get
bring
his
up the, he'll bring
point.
up-
I
he'll
get-
bring it- I don't know. He'll bring up a better alternative in a minute.
But, like,
Actually,
here's
now
the
that I
thing. I
remember.
understand his point of, oh, most people that are gonna get this probably already have a PlayStation. Like, I understand that. But the problem is that there's no real incentive to get this, because at the end of the day, like I've been saying, like we've all been saying, it's just a fancy-ass controller, and that's all it is at the end of the day.
Any use case scenarios out there, like you're able to play in bed in a more formal way. I know there are a lot of arguments that are made that you could just go get a backbone and you can plug it into your phone and you can go and play that way. And I just gotta say, it's not the kind of seamless experience you all think it is.
What? That's the part that also confused me.
What the fuck? What?
So, do you know what a backbone is?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure in this context.
So do you see on the screen in that corner, you're like the bottom right-hand corner? The thing that's like attached to the phone?
Oh, those
the
little
white-
handles?
Yeah, that's a backbone. Essentially,
That's a weird name for it, but alright, I can work with
no,
it.
because I mean, there's a ton of these types of controllers. It's basically just a mobile controller.
Well,
that
now I know the
also
official
has, like,
name
its
for those
own-
things. Nice. I'm
Yeah,
learning.
and they're endorsed. Like, there's a couple that are endorsed by. There's one that's endorsed by PlayStation. I think that there's one endorsed by Xbox as well. But it has its own app, and it allows you to basically cloud stream and like stream games to it through like the Backbone app. I don't remember the specifics of it, but that's one of the other funny things is that he says, why not buy a Backbone and do that? It's like, why not do that? It's the same
Exactly! It's just
experience.
the same thing, except it's better!
It's literally the same experience, but it's better because your phone can do this and that, and
Yeah, your phone can already
Also,
do
there's-
more things than this fucking brick, so I mean, like...
At
Continue.
first, you think it's going to work great, but then you realize you're going to have to bring this kind of accessory with you all the time, and that's a big pain in the butt, and I don't think it's actually a realistic thing. I don't see people going out on the subway system and plugging in a backbone just to play on their phone. And truth be told, your phone...
that's the point. That's the point right there.
No, no, fuck this. No, I can't handle that. No!
We're all got up.
Fuck this!
Yep.
Bro.
Oh yeah, he just
What
left
in
the room.
Fuck?
Exactly. That's my point here. He's like, why? Here's the thing. He says you have to bring this accessory everywhere, right? And it's bad, and it's not good because of the fact that you have to bring this and the accessory. That and the accessory is less weight and actually a better and smaller form factor than the whole fucking portal system. Like,
Thank you
seriously,
for
by
handling the
size
explanation
anyways.
while I was gone. Oh my god.
What in the fuck?
Yeah.
That legitimately had me, like, I was sitting back, right? I sat
Uh-huh.
up and looked at him like like I would look at any other fucking idiot that would say that to me. I'm like, I'm sorry? What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
What in the crispy McFuck is he on?
It's the same point that I brought up before, where, well, yeah, my gaming laptop is pretty big. It's also very heavy, and the frickin' the work laptop plus the Steam Deck was a lighter and better form factor because it had two dedicated devices, one for work and one for play.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm splitting it between one device.
Yeah. And on top of that too, like, the comparison here is, not only is it lighter to just have these accessories for your phone, but the accessories for your phone are just infinitely fucking better than a fancy controller!
Yeah.
Yeah.
What in the fuck is it? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I'll also say he
Like,
I also
unless he's
how he
gonna be
brings up
bringing
point.
his fucking PlayStation onto the subway with him alongside with this piece of shit, I don't think he's
Well,
gonna play anything
no.
on it.
That's actually false because he can't.
Yeah, exactly, that's the fucking point!
No, because it doesn't connect via Bluetooth. It connects only via Wi-Fi, which your phone actually has Bluetooth and can connect to things like your Wi-Fi. And
That's
stuff.
even, oh my, I didn't even process that part. That part actually
Oh
completely
my
left my
God.
brain. I forgot about the fact that it could only do
What
it
in the
through
hell?
Wi-Fi, which is even worse.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I remember someone brought up earlier that you could connect it to your phone's hotspot, and I'm like, okay, but if that's the case, why not just buy a backbone in that context?
Exactly,
Because
at that point, why not just
'cause
buy
here's the thing,
that?
He says he can't see anyone pulling this and pulling their phone out and their backbone out of their pocket or whatever and plugging it in onto the train. I'm like, I can for sure see that because I not only have done that before, but I've also done it with my Steam Deck where I've actually pulled that out onto the train and played that a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fair.
Yeah,
Because it's a portable console.
you have a portable
And
device.
also,
if it works, you're
also-
gonna whip that shit out.
Yeah, you also always should have your phone on you if you want to be connected to the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not have an accessory to do for gaming stuff?
Yeah, what do you have on you most of the time? Your fucking phone. Why not have an
Yeah.
accessory for your phone if you are really that big into PlayStation? Why not just have that accessory? Bam.
Exactly.
Infinitely better than this fucking
I also-
glorified piece of plastic.
What I will also say is that a backbone is actually cheaper than this controller by about $100.
I didn't even
remember the prices.
actually fully think about that one. Yeah, those things would normally be less expensive than this shit.
Phone isn't a gaming console as much as people like to kind of say it's getting more and more like a gaming console. It is a text message device, a phone call device, a social media device, and everything in that similar space. I don't see too many people sitting there on hours playing on their phone. Obviously, they're going to
And
get
there's the
interrupted by
music.
phone calls, messages, which would ruin the experience. Now, obviously, they're going to get interrupted by phone calls, messages, which would ruin the experience. Now, this is where the PlayStation Portal comes in. This is for people who want to have that kind of experience where they still want to remote play from anywhere in the house or maybe on the other side of the world, and they can just still remote play and without having any interruptions at all from random notifications coming from your phone or phone calls, which could be very intrusive in the gaming experience and probably take you out of it as well. And
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, exactly. Who the fuck actually
Christ.
cares? But also, second of all, how are you gonna play this shit from halfway across the fucking world?
Exactly.
How the fuck are you gonna
You
do that
can't,
one,
'cause
genius?
You need to have a Wi-Fi connection to both the fuck.
Yeah, and not only that,
Why are you making
even on
sound?
places such as like Steam and even on my computer, I still get notifications.
Yeah, you still
Yeah.
get fucking notifications regardless. Even on PlayStation,
Yeah,
you get
so
notifications. Sure, they're mostly notifications for like, I don't know.
Game
Who does
achievements
this and what does
stuff,
what?
but-
It's still like,
So like, who the fuck cares?
yeah.
Who the fuck
Get
actually gives
notifications all the
7
time.
fucks?
Yeah. Just again, like we discussed earlier, do not disturb mode. Just
Yeah, just slap that on. There you go. Boom.
take you out of it as well. And I've got to be honest, I'm a father of 5. I don't have a lot of time to sit at my table and play a lot of games.
How many?
I literally have
father of 5, he said.
Bro,
I already need a fucking break from just that alone. Why do you need 5 kids?
I mean,
So,
I see you as like a father figure, Sanity. And I am sure that I am more.
You are
Good
already
enough.
a handful and a half the time, okay?
I mean, half the time I want to commit arson, so that's fair.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and I have to keep you from doing crazy shit, okay? I already have to deal with that shit enough.
I'm probably just the chill uncle that's like, don't get killed, kid.
Here's a chill uncle
fair-
that hands them fucking alcohol when they're like 16.
Time to just like make a video every night usually, and it usually takes like 2 hours to make. So, you know, I don't have enough time to sit down and play. I've got an 11-month-old baby, and he runs around like crazy. And
Okay, I just noticed another thing. Not only is the music repeating, but he's doing like that really annoying thing that a lot of like fanboys of really any console do, where they just take the advertisement of whatever they're talking about and just continuously loop that with literally no other additions.
Oh yeah.
I fucking
And
hate
just
that
talk
style of
about
editing.
random
I'm sorry,
shit.
God.
Oh, oh shit. Do you know? Okay, you probably haven't covered this person, but now that you're doing this, it reminds me of a band by the name of Big Man Gamers.
Oh my God, I remember him.
He is
No clue who that is.
the worst at
Big Man
this.
Gamers.
Yeah, he hasn't uploaded in a fucking minute, but
Our father
Yeah,
has forsaken us.
yeah, no, he's the same thing. He does the same thing.
Yeah, that's
least-
what it
at least I will
That's what it
say-
reminds me of, and that's why it kind of ticks me off. Ugh. Like,
Yeah,
I get it, my
I'll also
editing
say one
style
of the
isn't
other-
really anything to sneeze at, but, like, at least I do something more than this. Come on.
I lock him up in some type of pen so I can go sit down at my table. I'd rather let him run free and me still be able to watch him while having this system. Now, I understand this is not everyone's situation out there, and there may be other situations that kind of apply to this, like maybe you just got a busy work life. I know a few of my friends who actually are never home because they actually have to work and they actually have to go stay in hotel rooms, and this kind of system would be a good idea for them if they wanted to be able to play it.
No, it
No,
would
it wouldn't,
fucking
because-
not.
No, it would not.
Unless they're bringing their fucking console with them, this shit would not work.
Well, it technically would, but there would be so much latency that it would just not be.
It would just not be
It wouldn't-
viable.
It wouldn't function.
And the thing is that like I didn't realize this point earlier because he was going so quick and I wasn't paying attention at this point. But saying like, oh, they just stay a lot of in hotel rooms and stuff. I split lived between where I live at my house versus living on campus. I would bring my Steam Deck and the work laptop, and it functioned far better because I was able to still have the portability of the portal, but it was in its own system. And yeah, the games were not like the best, but they were still smaller because I had other shit to do that day. And if I needed to have, say, videos or something else, I could go on the internet still, and I could still hook other devices up to it because it had Bluetooth, and I could even expand its internal storage with like a 1 terabyte as a SD card thing. It's not a 1 terabyte, 256 gig. Not the point. It's still like the Steam Deck is $100 more expensive, sure, but for that $100 difference, you literally get your own fully functional, fully independent device that doesn't require anything else outside of it.
Yeah, exactly. You get more bang for your fuck.
Also, I think I just realized this. Is the controller even a touch screen?
I don't know. Did they ever show anything off about it?
God.
No, I don't think that
If
they
it's
did.
not a fucking touchscreen, I'm
If it's not even a touchscreen, then that makes it
Lost.
worse than all the other portables on the market then.
Yeah.
going
Because
to
I'm
Because
now
then it
thinking
would be
about this,
lacking
all
what
the-
even the PS Vita had.
Yeah, no, because that's my thing. Is that I looking at the freaking promotional videos. I don't see anyone using the screen as anything other than just a screen that doesn't have any touch
Yeah,
capabilities.
which is a little sus. That's a little
would
sus, my
actually
guy.
make it. Yeah, not only that, it would actually make it worse than the standard PlayStation controller, technically.
Yeah.
Because at least that has touch capabilities and touch functions, and that's essential for the actual operation of certain PlayStation games.
You get half the function for
Yeah.
twice the price.
Well, actually, more like 3 times the price, but yeah.
You get my point. Like, what I'm trying to say here is that you get less stuff, but you just pay more. It's like an Apple device. Yeah, and if it is the case where it's not even a touchscreen, then once again, that makes it even worse than its predecessors. Because the PlayStation Vita had not just a front touchscreen, it also had like this weird back touchscreen thing that I don't even think was ever useful, but it was a thing that existed. But yeah, it would make it like even worse than its predecessors, which is funny in my opinion. They ended up making something worse than the one device that they stopped selling.
Anyway.
Play. This is a great way to unwind. I've seen many people on YouTube, especially a lot of dads and a lot of work people out there who are actually loving the idea of this system. I recently seen Kinda Funny podcast and they came out and said that he reviews a lot of games through remote play. And he said after he used the system, now he's missing out on it. And this is the big scenario that a lot of people don't understand, is that a lot of content creators out there, a lot of people who do this for a job, would probably find this really good and really entertaining. Now, my problem with the system is that I wish they did add a few more functionalities to it. So obviously you can remote play. That's a great feature, but nothing else. You can't stream the premium PlayStation Plus titles through the cloud, which I mean, yeah, it's okay. That's all right. A few features which I wish they kind of had, which I'm hoping they could add one day, is split screen. Now, what does that mean is when I'm hooked up and I can play split screen with my partner on PlayStation 5, we can
let him continue.
Our users and actually play split screen. Now, wouldn't this be an awesome opportunity to be able to have remote play where you could have it as your second controller with your own screen, and then instead of doing split screen where you kind of split the screen in half, she will get the TV while I'll get the remote play feature. So I'll be able to play on the screen and see my entire screen without any compromises, and she'll be able to play on the TV. I know that sounds a little weird, but I think that would be honestly amazing, especially with the 8-inch screen. You're not going to lose any fidelity in that at all.
You know,
that's a fair point.
That is a fair point.
That is a fair point.
Until you realize that the Wii U tried to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my first thought was, why would you want a split screen on a device that's already this small?
Exactly.
Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wii U does the same thing he just described.
Yeah, but the thing is that the
pretty
Wii
much.
U was already pretty janky to begin with, if I remember correctly.
I mean, that's the first console I had.
It also was sucky because the marketing was very weird, because they marketed the controller and not the actual full console.
Yeah, like the
people
Wii
thought
U
that the
didn't
Wii
do
U-
well for a number of different reasons, and
Yeah.
the fact that this
I
device
also-
seems to almost be trying to almost emulate that is not good.
Yeah. I also want to bring up that he brought up the whole cloud gaming thing. He's like, "Oh, this feature would be cool, but it's not on the device," and he kind of just brushes past that. It's like, "No, why is it not on this device?"
Yeah, exactly. Why is
That's
it not
my
on
thing.
this
It's like,
device?
why-
Why not just give it fucking cloud play if you want it to be portable?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he said oh, they might eventually say, and I've heard people say, "Oh, they might eventually add it," and I'm like, okay.
Why not just
But
add
they-
it in the fucking promotional material instead of
Yeah, no,
marketing
but
it
they
as a
came
glorified
out-
brick?
No, but they came
It's a
out
glorified
and
brick.
said that they do not have any plans to actually put cloud play onto this device.
What the
that's
fuck?
an actual quote from them, as far as I can tell. I don't
So
know
what's
if that's legit.
This.
It's to get money.
What is the fucking point of this device if they
To get the
my God.
fanboys to piss money directly into the corporates' mouths.
Clearly.
It's like that interview from the
Jesus.
from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie of like,
I like money!
"Hello, I like money."
So why did you do this? Money!
Obviously, PlayStation still haven't done anything like that, but I think hopefully they'll get onto this. But I'm getting off track. I don't think Sony thinks that this is going to sell insanely well. This is probably why.
Because
No
it's
shit.
not.
Then why the What?
Exactly. If they did, here's the thing.
If they didn't think that it was gonna
sell
sell well, then why would they make it?
I mean, again, they made the PlayStation VR 2,
Oh, fair enough.
It's fair.
which
Also, one
To
thing
be
I will
fair-
commend him for, at least he changed out the background footage. He
Yeah,
finally changed out the
true.
background footage. Now we have some... Well, I mean, sure, it's like pre-rendered gameplay for like a trailer of Ratchet and Clank, but you get the point. At least it's something fucking different.
what I will also point out is if you notice the Nixies logo in the front bit, I believe this is actually the PC port.
Yeah, this was the
trailer
PC port
for this.
advertisement, yeah.
So that's funny.
Yeah, that that's actually pretty rich, coming from this shit.
Yeah.
why they're releasing it at such a low price is that they probably aren't paying a lot for this to be made in the first place, so they're not going to be taking any losses on it. I feel like they're actually probably making a profit by selling these. And I would say that this is probably the roadwork in order to kind of test the waters to see if they will be able to bring out a better handheld down the line. There were actually rumors around the same time that they actually had the Q Lite, or I guess we can call it the Portal now, where they actually said that Sony were looking to make a actual proper handheld as well. So I guess we're just going to have to kind of see whether the next system is going to be kind of like a Switch, or whether they're just going to bring something out similar to it where you can dock it to the TV. We don't know, but this is kind of it for the Portal at the moment, guys. I think it's a decent device. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. Obviously,
You think that it's a decent device?
You don't think it's anything groundbreaking, yet literally at the beginning of this video, at the very fucking beginning, you said that this was going to be the most important device?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and also it also then the title of the video says why everyone's wrong about PlayStation Portal.
Yeah, everything is wrong with this video towards the end!
Contradictions himself all day, every day.
You know what? I concede, I'm done with this fucking video. That's where we're gonna end it.
I think that that's a good idea.
We're ending it right here. What have we learned here today, folks? Well, we've learned that this man is about as consistent as Oobleck, so, yeah. Anyways, guys, if you guys
whoa, wait. That's an insult to Oobleck.
Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. That's very well appreciated. Leave a comment down below what you thought about the video, what you wanted to talk about next. And also go ahead and subscribe. You get the point. Standard outro stuff. Follow me on Twitter. Or X videos. I'm sorry, it's just called X. Never mind. Sorry, I had to make that joke. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.